Praise and glory to the 92%. I'm so glad that we all stayed home.
But I am so proud of the 92%ers that took the day off to rest.
Just want to tell all the black people that I am proud of us for not getting out there on Saturday. It wasn't our business and we minded our own, right?
Black people don't matter. Not to law enforcement, not to this administration. The police force was created. Its initial inception was done to chase down black people, enslaved black people who escaped. They wrote laws and legislation. They said black people had a mental illness that made them want to escape slavery. They classified it as a mental illness, something wrong with our brains.
So the ends of protest happened. Bunch of people out there screaming about the policies they voted in. And black folks, they sat that one out. Stayed home, watched the match from the couch, and all those type of things. Let's take a look to some of them, what they had to say about it, because it's really us, and honestly, to make sense. Very, very, very sense. So let's jump to the video, and yeah, give us a comment what you think about it. Let's do it.
Praise and glory to the 92%. I'm so glad that we all stayed home. I know that we're a couple of people out there protesting, but that's totally fine. I'm so glad that I didn't hear about anybody getting arrested, hear about people being hit with tear gas or rubber bullets, or people being harassed, or people in plain clothing destroying property and blaming it on us. I'm so happy this protest didn't turn into a riot. I'm so happy that people were able to have a good time and, kumbaya and make amazing signs, and nobody got hurt. It was so fun to the point where a white lady gave it an 8 out of 10, and she wished there was more, singing rather than yelling. And there was a bounce house for her kid because he was bored. So I'm so glad that, everybody was able to have a great time at this protest, because that's not the norm for the rest of us. So good job, everybody.
I can't lie, they showed up and showed out. It was an awesome turnout for the hands-off protest. But I am so proud of the 92%ers that took the day off to rest, because we deserve it. And now we are understanding that we don't have to do and be everywhere and fight everybody's battles. We are understanding that it's not solely our job to save everybody. And I'm also going to be proud of the 92%ers that felt it in their heart to still go out and protest. I can't be mad at you for following your heart to do what's best for this country. And I hope Donald Trump shit a couple of bricks last night, realizing that some of his people are turning on him left and right.
Exactly. Black people didn't start that fight. And they are not about to run out there with whatever for folks who always pretend they don't exist. That's not a shade. That's logic, right? Let's watch others.
Hey, our little protest going. I just woke up from a nap. How's it going? Good? Good. Happy for y'all.
92%. You better be in them streets. Mind your business. You heard me? Get you some chicken wings. Go eat them. Go for a walk. Not a protest. Okay? Sit down somewhere. All right. Auntie out.
They said, you'll be safe. Meanwhile, they were chilling, legs up, watching the chaos unfold on TikTok. And you know what? That's the energy. folks been warning about this stuff for years. They talked about voter suppression, about what's coming with Project 2025, about rice getting steeped. Nobody listened, especially the same cloud now crying on the streets. So don't act brand new, right?
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday. It's the start of the week. Get up and get ready. I'm out here with the dog. I just want to tell all the black people that I am proud of us for not getting out there on Saturday. It wasn't our business and we minded our own, right? However, to see so many of the white non-black people, people of color out there protesting for the cause was great. They came out in numbers. There wasn't much of any, violence. Of course, because we weren't out there, so they were allowed to do what they needed to do. And yeah, so proud. There were a couple of knuckleheads out there, but those were the supporters of that man in the first place. So, they just wanted to try and take back what they effed up. But yeah, we did our thing. We stayed in. They did their thing and they went out. And, it was a nice outcome. It was peaceful. And, come on, Pugs, do what you gotta do. I gotta go. Where you going? I got my scarf on. Washed my hair last night. And I'm just making sure it's laying down properly. But yeah, y'all, have a good Monday. Have a good start of the week. And don't forget to be nice on purpose. All right. Peace out.
Folks choosing not to show up, that wasn't apathy. That was awareness. A lot of these protests don't include them. They don't protect them and never had their backs. So they minded their business and honestly can't blame any of them.
Today, April 5th, 2025, many Black Americans are choosing to stay home from the national marches. Not because we're afraid to speak, but we have learned exactly when to use our silence as a survival skill.
Why didn't Black people show up to protest? So this was a question I received in my inbox and I want to address it. And I'll give a little bit of a history lesson, but also I want to be careful in the way that I articulate it because I don't want to be offensive, but I also need to be very blunt. Black people don't matter, not to law enforcement, not to this administration. The police force was created. Its initial inception was done to chase down Black people, enslaved Black people who escaped. They wrote laws and legislation. They said Black people had a mental illness that made them want to escape slavery. They classified it as a mental illness, something wrong with our brains. And even as recent as the Civil Rights March, we saw tons of action, peaceful, non-violent action that was still met with scores of police officers and dogs, and we were hosed down in the streets. We were beat with batons. Our bodies did not matter then, and they don't matter now. Not to this administration. They would love nothing more than for Black people to get out in the street, protest, so that they can declare martial law. It's not safe for us to protest. Can you imagine thousands of Black people on the streets? Can you imagine us saying, hands off? That we matter. Can you imagine what that would actually look like? What that would look like, what the video footage would show. I can guarantee you it will not show police officers blockading the street so that we can protest peacefully. It will not show police officers walking hand in hand with protesters. The headlines will read something like, rioters overtake the city. Looters are not welcome in our area. Even if there are no riots, no one is looting. The storyline is different when there are black bodies involved, because black lives don't matter, not in the way that they should. It's not safe for us to be in the streets. It's not safe for us. It's not safe for our country. And honestly, 92% of black women, 80% of black men said absolutely not. And I don't know what it was. I don't know what clicked. We didn't have a meeting. There was no Zoom call. But on Wednesday, November the 6th, we all woke up and we decided to sit down. Because, see, black people have been fighting. We have been fighting for hundreds of years. One of the kids' books, I'll do a review on it. One of the kids' books that me and my children have gone over, it is called Born on the Water. And it talks about chattel slavery and how the greatest form of resistance was to keep existing. That's what black people are doing. We are continuing to exist. And for us, at this point, that means sitting back so that we can continue to exist.
That's it, my people. If you felt that, please hit the like button. And if you didn't, argue in the comments, please. Comment down below. Yeah, so subscribe if you want more reaction like this. And yeah, share it to somebody who still thinks protest comes with snacks and hacks. See you to the next one. Bye-bye.